Okay, so the exhaust fan is here. This is an Omni model XFC 300. It's supposed to be quiet. You can stick it directly up in the ceiling and have it push air out this, or you can put a hose on it and put it external on the ceiling. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build a housing that goes around this here. This actually has a screw hose in it, so you can screw it onto the housing from the other side. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Klaus channel. You know what kind, the one with the crafts in it, reviews and other stuff. So today we're going to be watching a video about the installation of a ceiling fan that goes on an exterior exhaust fan. So you should call it ceiling fan, not got me doing it. An exterior exhaust fan. You don't shove it up in your ceiling. You're hanging on the bottom. Yeah, this guy's in the video will show you how to do it. It's an good grief. Yeah, you know what? They call it an egg exhaust fan. Me either. Should be an exhaust fan. See, it's an X. That means it's in the past. X, EX. You know what I mean? Anyway, I don't even know what I was going to say anymore. You know, so if you need an exhaust fan and you don't want to slice holes in your ceiling, man, this is a good way to do it. But you need some exhaust pipe to go with it, don't you, monkey? Well, how the hell do I know what you need with it? Do I look like a exhaust fan mechanic? That's why I gotta watch the video myself, see what it's all about. I don't even watch the video yet either. Then after I watch one, if I want it, I ain't gonna install it. I'll get that guy to do it for me. Yep. So, we're gonna go ahead and do the joke and get out of here. What is, I don't got no jokes. Hey Crow, you got a joke? Yeah, I got one. What's brown, light brown, and hacking a lot? A monkey with a fur ball. Man, that joke ain't funny. It ain't funny. Maybe we get a better joke next time. Anyway, get some Patreons going. We can buy some good jokes off of some joke people. So hope you enjoyed the video on how to put up an exhaust fan. And we'll see you next time on the Klaus Crafts Reviews and Restorations. So we see you all later. Enjoy the video. Goodbye, baby. Good freaking bye. So now I'm going to test it. These things never come with long wires or plugs on them. So you can make it as long as you want. So next I'm going to stick it into this wall outlet. And yes, it is very safe to do as long as you don't just touch the rubber. This thing's plastic. So stick it back in here. These two, not the ground one. These two in here. See there, it's on. It's on already and it's really quiet, blowing out a lot of air. Unplug it. The door closes, plug it back up, it opens. So now we know it works. And in this country, it don't matter which way you turn these. Don't, one way or the other, don't reverse the fan. See, this one is fan. Spinning to the left, turn it like this. Fan spinning to the left. It is. So the next step is not putting your wire on it yet, because I have to figure out where I'm going to hang it, and then I'll put the wire on it. But I'll measure it up for the this here. It's actually 3, 1, 2, 3. So this thing's here. I should put like the pieces here. I don't know if I'll do that or not, because I didn't do that in one of the restaurants. One of the restaurants open on one side. Just got a little small piece of wood that I'm going to back and put across that top. But really ain't going to need that. So that's next. We'll go build a wooden platform. So it'll be hanging in the ceiling like this, and then I'll run the exhaust pipe out the window. So this won't be up in the ceiling, just putting the air back in the house. It'll be putting the air out the window. And the reason I didn't get one that goes in a window like this, because it's just sucking in the window. This one here you can put in the middle of a room, anywhere you want, and it's going to suck in all that air, all of that heat and all that stuff. That's why these are better to buy. So next time you see this, it'll have a housing built and it'll be getting ready to be attached to the ceiling. Goodbye. What we're doing now is going to put in an exhaust fan on the ceiling, run these holes out the window, or up to the window, because it's got a screen on it, or open that little door thing. I don't know, we'll see when we get it there. So the reason I didn't buy a window exhaust fan is because we don't want that. We don't want an exhaust fan just sucking air close to the window. We want an exhaust fan that's sucking air from somewhere in the middle of the room, somewhere about there. So we got this type of exhaust fan here that comes with this on it, so you can build a frame to put it in, hang it on the ceiling like this, and then let it.
Mister, why you don't dig a hole on the ceiling?
But you don't dig a hole in the ceiling because it defeats the purpose of having an exhaust fan like this. If you want to put the air in the ceiling, buy a flat exhaust fan with opening on the top, stick it up in the ceiling, there you go. Or if you want to run it up in the ceiling and run it out of ventilation like this out of the attic, if you got one, then you can buy one of these for the ceiling if you're going to do it that way. But I don't want to put all of that air, that bad air that I'm pulling out of here, up in the ceiling, because this is the basement. There's more rooms up there. There's nowhere for that air to go. So it's going to be trapped in the house. I want it gone. So that's why it's going out the window. And you can put the pipe, the exhaust around this, or you can get the bigger exhaust like I got and use this ring and put it on there. You can always pull this thing off. So what we're going to do now is figure out where we're going to mount it, and then we're going to put this up.
Why did you make that?
I made this because you can't just hang this on the ceiling. Just like in the restaurant that we got. We've got one of these, but it's smaller in the restaurant, in the kitchen. And it's actually don't have a ventilation hose. It has a 4-inch plumbing pipe with elbows on it hooked to this. But I don't want that down here. This one, because that one's like in a permanent place. This one I may need to move it around or something. And to make it easier also, opted for this time. And this has to be, if it sags or hangs, this has to be wired up. PVC pipe don't. The reason I made this is because you put it on the ceiling somewhere, and there's nails right here already. Then you take this, you take the front cover off of it. It's a place to put screws in it. You put this up in here, and then screw it on, and then you're ready to go. I'm going to see, and you got to be careful with these things. These are like high-powered rat traps made for a human. When you take some of these apart, because they got a spring inside of it. And that thing will gnarl you good. See, like that spring in there. Well, anyway, that's what we're going to do. I'll remove this here in a minute, and I'll see you guys in a minute when I'm ready to hang this thing, when I get my screws, and when I figure out where I'm going to hang this and I get my screws ready and everything, and I'll see you in a few minutes. So if you want to get the top off of this thing, just pull it back, and you can see the springs in here. Just reach in here, push the springs in, compress them, and pull it out. Do the same to the other side. Compress the springs, if I can get it, and pull it out. There you go. And remember, it goes like that, facing down like that. That way you can screw this thing in. So that's how you get it loose. But be careful, like I said, when you're dealing with this thing. I got clipped by this one's big. The one in the restaurant's smaller than this one. I got clipped by that one that had a big purple Charlie horse right on my thumb through here. You gotta be careful with this thing. So next, we're going to hang this. Hang it on the other side. The ceiling's too low. It's better over here in this corner because this is where the pockets of the bad air are going to accumulate. Areas like this.
Okay.
This basement was not made for canning jars and things like that. This basement, when it was created, it was created to be a bedroom. So the floors are tiled. It's very nice. You got a big window into on the wall over there that goes outside. It's not an all blocked in basement, so it's not that bad. But because this side and these sides here, there's still dirt behind this wall and things. You still got, I don't know, I didn't build this house, I don't know how it was made. If this was going to actually be a part of the house, there should have been, never let dirt rest against your wall. There should have been a big pile of gravel build up in there, and I bet there's not. I bet there's no gravel in there. And anyway, it's not what we're talking about. Let's get this thing up and get it done. Screw number 1 going in. My cameraman's going to be the looky-loo. Make sure this thing's straight. So I'll put it here. The first screw will go in this side. That.
Forward a little bit. Okay, that's good. That's good.
So good. And I didn't get the screws for this thing. I gotta go back out and get some screws for this.
Are you sure 2 is enough?
Yeah, that sounded like that. Digga, because this is an impact driver. If you don't want to use an impact driver, because these things are really powerful, then you can use a regular drill or a screwdriver, whatever you want to use. But I like using the impact driver because it gets the job done. Okay, I'm back with the screws. These don't come with screws, you have to use your own. I'm using these recycled drywall screws because they got a really flat head on them. So now, go ahead and ready me one in here. Ready me one in here. Turn this way. This up here like so. Upside down. This up here like so. I was wondering, how come it looks funny? Put this out the back. That's why I made it like that. And if you're strong like I am, you can hold it with one hand without help. But if you're a woman, you're going to need to go get a man. Okay, it's in now. It's not wired yet because I got to see how long of the wire I need, and I'm not going to use this ground. Why? Because I don't want it. So let's hear the comments. What a monster I am for not using ground wire. It's like I was told in this country, there's no such thing as ground. Even a lot of the things that have a ground wire on it, like an outlet that has 3 prongs, people always unscrew because a lot of those ground wires, you can actually unscrew them. They're screwed in. And the ones that are not, people just break them off. And then when you want to get this King Kong's wedding ring, that's where I got it. I went in, stole King Kong's wedding ring when he was taking a shower, and it's adjustable. So when King Kong's wife is causing him trouble and he loses weight because he's sick of it, you can tighten it up. When she ain't causing trouble no more, he gains weight back and he loses it. Put this on here. This thing's always going to move. Don't have to worry about it. Glue it on if you want. I got this stuff hanging like an accordion. Ribbons in, buttons in, boys. Okay, my wife did most of the rest of the hanging of this stuff, and I'm going to hang this last one right here as an extra measure to hold it up here, because I'm not going to glue this up here or nothing. So I'm going to hold this up.
What did you use, mister?
I'm using this, I don't know what gauge wire this is. It's really...
But that's a cake, for icing. They use for icing cake.
Really?
Yeah.
So apparently this is used for icing on cake. I don't know how.
The candy icing ba?
Wire candy icing.
Mm-mm.
Pulling myself on a wire. But anyways, okay, got the wire already. The ends are like this, but they're not skinned yet. You can use this kind of wire here. It's fine. You don't need that big thick wire for something like this because of the power rating. Let me just strip these things off. So we got some wire in it. I'm twisting these wires together because of the type of because of this right here. You don't wrap these around the wires on this tight. Simple. Simple. This is a camera on. Okay, now we're going. Take that top off. Just leave that in there. And of course, flat-headed. Okay, this one here, it's a flat screwdriver. Just unscrew this till this is back. But don't take the screw all the way out. Just unscrew it till it's enough so you can get the wire in there. Made it a little bit more simple to wire these things.
Slip one on one side. Screw it back in. Make sure you got it good. You don't got to put a mojo on this thing. Just tighten it up enough to hold it. And this one's coming undone. Just round it out. Done. Stick it in this. Stick it in this side and do the same thing. Alright, once that's done, just bend this down.
Okay, once you get that in, just bend that out through that hole in the back. Put this top back on. Snug it down. connect the wires. Want to see how it's done?
What's the name?
Take a look. I forgot what these things are called. You can cut these in half. There's also these small type ones too you can cut. These clip. That's why it's easy. This one screws. So what you do here is you just pretty much do the same thing you did at the other end. Wrap it around something like this. That way it won't fray out. Get this wire to cooperate. Then raise it up. Stick that in there. It's just way too long. So I've never seen an electrician yet that had any respect for anybody's house. They never clean up after themselves. So I'm following that electrician that that's what they learn in school. You don't clean up after yourself. These things makes electrical work so much more easier.
Okay.
I'm going to get into my box of electrical stuff. You know how I know it's my box of electrical stuff? It says right here, electrical stuff on the side. So I'm going to get what I need, which is Doberman Pinscher's True Dax Teflon. What's Teflon doing in your electrical stuff? Because it is. So I'm going to get one of these. What this is some of these actually come with a on-off pull. This one don't. It's got the rays on the outside too. You can hook that in there and put a light bulb in it, and then put hook up other stuff in here. But you gotta remember that's a light socket. It can't handle much. And you can also buy these that screw up into your light socket, so you can have an extra innie and outie. I'm going to leave that one in here. That's what's in this socket here. This is actually what we'll be changing. We'll be changing this socket here. We'll unplug this and changing this one to this one. And the reason I'm doing this is I want that one on its own. I want that one on its own on-off switch that I'm putting on it. And the on-off switch is, guess what? It's not on the wall. It's one of these. Hey, look. I'm an electrician. Just throw it on the floor. Learned that in electrician school. You know, every time I hire an electrician to work here, that happens. Then I have to end up with a broom and everything cleaning up and getting sick of it. Like nobody's butler. And anyway, hook it in there. See, light on means it's working. Light off means it's not working. Man, that's pure genius. You turn it on, it works. You turn it off, it stops. Now, who would have known something about to come up with something that smart? Kill the current or leave it on. I forgot what I'm doing now. But the next step is to hook this up, and I'll attach this to the wall. I'm going to show that part. Who wants to see somebody attach a wire to a wall? And I'll stick. I already put it in the wrong place. I'll put that over here. I can get it. Here's the hole. And then I do flip it on. You can hear it working already. The exhaust fan is on and pulling out all of that bad negative air. It's all going out the ventilation pipe. And if a lizard goes in there and you turn it on, it will shoot out the end. You'll be like, woo!
What is a rat?
That rat just get a different hairstyle. You come out looking like a punk rocker. And there it is. Wow, there's a ton of air coming out of there.
Let me feel.
Don't let your mother hold you up.
I can hold her
I'll
up.
hold her up. Move. Here, come over here. I'll hold you up. Ugh.
Careful.
Get it right around the edging.
You see. Feel it. What's in there?
It's getting heavy. There it is. That's how you hook up an exhaust fan like that in your basement. Anywhere you want to hook it, same thing. Don't matter where you hook it. Same idea, same place, same way. And if you want an on-off switch, buy one of these, and you don't have to hook it up into your. You can hook it up into your, because all of these are hooked up. All of these lights and stuff here is hooked up onto the main switch. You can hook your exhaust fan up on the main switch with it, but I don't want to do that because sometimes I may want to run the exhaust fan when everything else is off. Even that fan there, the ceiling's hooked into the main breaker. I mean the main on-off switch. So when you turn it on-off, it's here too. You can turn it on and off. But if you leave it on, if you leave the fan on and turn the light switch off, the fan will go off. If you turn the light switch on, the fan will go on. This fan here is on an extension. That's where the extension is on an extension, and this is on its own thing. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching the installation of that fan, and remember, build your box. Remember how to take this bottom off without getting pinched. Remember how to hook this thing up. Then go 4-inch, 8-inch. Hook this thing up. When you build your box, make sure the front's open. Don't block it, because this is where this thing's going to be. And I feel a little bit of air back washing out a little bit, so I'm going to put some of that silver duct tape on it.
On the front window now.
And remember how to hang it. Use a couple of hooks, use whatever you want, and hook it up like this. Very simple. Remember how to hook it up with these. Very simple, very easy way to hook up electrics. No soldering, no shrink wrap, no nothing. And with that said, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And remember, if you're not going to run the duct, don't waste money buying one of these. If you're going to run some duct, these exhaust fans are the way to go. And see you next time with the House Restoration channel and reviews. Goodbye.